right on in here, my man.
Might have to hold this for this one.
Yeah. All right. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How are you guys doing today?
Doing very good. It's great to have you on the show. You're actually our first guest that we've had on the show. I'm going to make sure these guys can hear me.
Yeah, of course.
You're our first guy on the show. So I kind of want to start by talking a little bit about, you as a fan, because obviously, okay, if people watch the Reds, they obviously, maybe didn't see it on TV, but they've seen it on social media. The event that happened at the field, we know, it's like a super funny thing. So I don't know if you want to kind of talk a little bit about how that went down, or do you have some buddies that kind of were like, hey man, you should do this, or how did that kind of unfold, I guess?
Yeah, so I was with a couple of my buddies going to a Reds game, and we had always had this running joke that I would be the one to run on a field or do something stupid.
Right.
And we were hanging out and got to the ninth inning, and they were like, you won't go on the field right now? I was like, yeah, I will. And they were like, no, you won't. I was like, all right, I'll go do it right now. Ended up doing that. Obviously, I don't want other people to go out and do that, but
right.
It was a stupid decision, but I got some viral, some fame off of it, so I'm just going to keep going. But like I said, I don't condone other people doing that. But yeah, it was just a crazy, surreal experience, especially coming out of the jail cell and just seeing myself all over every single social media page.
That's very cool.
It's crazy.
So we got a little bit it's a little high. You can probably turn it down just a little bit. We're kind of working with the audio, so how's that sound? Are we good out here? Okay. So the next question is, so I've never been tased, and I don't think Matt Fry has ever been tased. So shed some light on what that feels like. I know it's kind of like not a super in-depth question, but how does that feel?
Yeah. So the best way I've been able to describe it to people is if you've ever had like a fish hook go into your skin somewhere, it's like two of those just straight into where was my back, and it's just 5,000 volts of electricity. Your entire body locks up.
Like goes numb.
You can't move. Like for the people that saw the video, I just immediately collapsed. Immediately started reaching for my back because you're still getting tased until they pull the prongs out.
Okay.
So as I was on the ground, I was still getting tased, but yeah, no, it definitely doesn't feel good. I do not recommend trying that.
Wow. That's that's honestly interesting because I've never really been told how that works, and it's the first time I've ever seen that done in a stadium. I mean, I'm not sure I don't know if Matt Fry, if you've ever seen that happen.
I have not. I've always thought I would one day, but I've never seen that in person.
Yeah, so I kind of, were you in your mind as that's happening, are you shocked? You thought, that's not how I thought this was going to end. You thought somebody was going to tackle me or I was going to get away.
Yeah, I was thinking that my plan was to just go back to the fence, hop over, and then get arrested there. Because, I mean, you kind of, going into that, you kind of know you're going to be arrested or detained some way. But I had zero expectation of getting tased. I mean, in the video, as I do the backflip, I had no idea the cop was right behind me, and that was part of the reason I did the backflip, was because I was like, oh, I've kind of got free reign, and then afterwards I start running that way, and then just felt it and immediately fell over.
Did you know you were going to do the backflip initially?
No, that was because I felt like I just had the whole field to myself, so I was like, you know what, might as well just do a backflip, and yeah, it wasn't planned whatsoever, but it was a good shot.
All right, so kind of shifting from that, because I know that, obviously there's more to you than just that, right? So you're from the Cincinnati area, is that correct?
I'm from the west side of Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, so we're getting a lot of feedback. Can you turn it down just a little bit? And a little bit of sound difficulty. Is that better right there? Sound better out there? Okay, cool. So yeah, I kind of wanted to ask, what has been your, what kind of got you hooked on the Reds? As a kid, when did you start watching the Reds? Who was some of the players that you used to watch? Things like that, if you could shed some light on that.
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I always played baseball, so I always had a love for it. And then I just got into it by going to games with my parents, my dad. Actually, one of my favorite baseball memories is the 2016 Home Run Derby. My dad brought me there whenever Todd Frazier won, which was, that wasn't the only reason, but I just love the whole aspect of the Reds, everything about them. I feel like it's super cool that they were the first MLB team, and I've got a lot of buddies who are huge Reds fans as well, so it's an easy way for us to just go hang out, be together. But yeah, like I said, I've always played baseball, I've always loved baseball, and from Cincy, so I've got to love the Reds.
Yeah, and you got to always go on Tuesday nights, right? Because they have the $9 or $9. They have the $3 beer nights, which is always a great time at the ballpark. But so yeah, so looking at this team, if we could talk a little bit about the team now, I think I kind of want to ask you, like, you know, you're looking at this team, like, who are some of the guys that you feel like are, you know, going to be guys that stick around for a while? I guess if there's, you know, like, I mean, obviously we have Ellie, but who, like, what do you see this team looking like in the future?
Well, I'm very excited for the Rhett Lauder tonight. Yep. I mean, that's starting right now. Very excited to see how he does. Two guys who I absolutely love are TJ Friedel and Matt McLean. Okay. I don't know how long they'll stick around, but those two guys, I just feel like they're great, like hustle players. They do everything the right way, and I've always just had a love for those guys. You know, I love watching them, and it sucks that McLean's out for a while, but I can't wait till he gets back on the field.
Yeah, I love the way those guys play. I like the way this team plays in general. I like the fast pace. I love the stealing bases aspect of it. Yeah, we just kind of wanted to ask a couple questions about that. I think to finish up this little interview we have, I think Matt Fry wanted to ask a little bit about this event as well.
Of course.
Oh.
I don't know.
Just be like, talk about the event. Like, what's it like being here?
Yeah, so what's it like being here at Waterside of Sports? Have you seen any like cool cards, any cool jerseys or anything? You know, we got Rio over there. We got Icky Woods just into the building. I don't know if you're a Bengals fan or anything, but just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Mason from Reds Daily reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to do this. In the moment, I couldn't really answer just because I had some legal stuff going on, so I had to kind of keep that on the down low. But after it was all done, I reached back out to him. He was still down to bring me out here. Very glad he did. It's been awesome so far. It was great meeting all the kids coming up, getting the signed cards and everything. It's really cool, just like signing your own autograph and selling it. But I also had a guy come here. I'm doing a charity event where I'm signing me and the cop who tased me, we're signing some pictures, giving those out to charity, which is really cool. But yeah, this whole event's been awesome. The venue, Spooky Nook, is absolutely amazing. I've never been here before, but it's just a huge auditorium, so many people here. And yeah, I was walking around before my time started, checked out some cards, and just everything is great here. So happy I could be here. I'll be back tomorrow from 12 to 2. But yeah, it's just a great time being out here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, so I think that's going to be kind of it for this interview. We wanted to kind of keep it quick. I know you're busy today, so we wanted to make sure that you could get back over and keep doing your autographs for your charity. Honestly, we want to thank you for your time. It's been a great opportunity for us to kind of come out here and meet some people, and you're the first guest on our show, so
it's an honor.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
That is Billy Backflips, everybody. It's great to have him on the show as always. So for this show, I kind of want to get into talking a little bit. I'm probably going to have to hold this mic up to my mouth so they can hear me. So yeah, we're here at the Spooky Nook Sports in Hamilton, and we're going to be able to do, we're going to talk a little bit about the event. We're going to talk a little bit about Reds baseball. Don't worry, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Rhett Lauder for this evening. I think the next thing we want to probably talk about is just kind of the honor of being at this event. I know, Matt Fry, you were when Reds Daily reached out, I know you were super excited about this.
He reached out. We sent him a follow, and he almost immediately followed us back, watched a couple of our videos, and loved it actually, and sent us a DM and was like, hey, we like what you're doing, and he wanted to get us on the show, and we're like, absolutely. We made the decision that night, and we started preparing right then, and wanted to thank them for that one.
Yeah, so this event, if you're watching on live and you don't kind of know much about this event, so basically we have, I believe, probably 50-some vendors here. There's going to be more here tomorrow as well. So there's a lot of trading cards going on, a lot of selling and buying of cards. We've got a lot of different people here. We got Jose Rio here. He might be on the show.
He's actually good whenever you want.
Okay, so I believe we're going to have Jose Rio on the show here very quickly. So as he's coming over, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're getting Jose over here right now. So I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to jump right to it. If you don't know who Jose Rio is, you're probably living under a rock. He's the 1990 World Series MVP. Jose, you can come around here. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we are going to proudly welcome our second guest to the show, and it is 1990 World Series MVP, starting pitcher.
Most valuable person.
Most valuable person, he says. It's Jose
MVP.
Rio.
MVP.
Hey, it's an honor. It's an absolute honor to have you on the show. I really appreciate it.
The first Reds player.
Yes, you are our second guest, but our first Reds. Oh, his phone. We got our first Reds player.
The honor's mine, bro. I heard so many nice things about your guy. I said, let me talk to the guy. Let me make it fun for everybody to enjoy.
Well, we love to have you on, and we're going to ask you a couple questions. I kind of want to get into your career a little bit because I've never really had an opportunity to talk to a player in an interview fashion. So I would like to talk a little bit about your career, if that's cool with you. So I kind of want to talk a little bit, like getting started with you. What's kind of the mindset of a young pitcher in the league? Like what, in the 90s and 80s, what was kind of the mindset of you on the mound and early in your career?
It's a great question. Why? Because in the 80 and the 90, it was a different game played than today. All the teams were better team.
Right.
You got 25 players, but they were good 25 players.
Right.
Now, like to mention one team, the Yankees.
Yeah.
They only got 2-3 players.
Yeah.
The game is not the same anymore.
Right.
But back then, you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, ready to rock and roll every day because you're going to face a great team. You're going to play a hard ball game that is just, the way it used to be playing the game.
Right. Do you think that this Reds team that they have now, with some of the players like McLean, which McLean's been hurt most of this year, Ellie De La Cruz, who we talked about earlier, some of these guys that can kind of do everything. Guys like when you played, you had Barry Larkin and you had the Eric Davises of the world and the Billy Hatchers, the guys that kind of do it all at the plate, in the field, on the base paths. Do you see some of that 1990s team in this team? I know they're struggling now and they're very young, but what do you see out of this team that you can compare to the 90 team?
It's just not really, not even close.
Not even close.
No,
Hey, you know what?
no.
Honestly, I respect that because my dad is probably watching this and he would probably completely agree with
Yeah,
you.
because when you got a guy like Derek Davis, Hal Morris, Billy Hatcher, Sable, Larkin, Joe Oliver, they got some guys that played the game hard. I remember Larkin, sacrificing himself to move the guy over.
Yeah.
Winningham moving the guy over just to get the run in third base on the scoring position.
Right.
You don't see that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't see that small ball aspect of the game.
No.
It's more about hitting the ball out of the ballpark now.
But you can see them play. They changed it this year, but before you got the guy in third base playing second base, leave all the left side open.
Yeah.
And nobody trying to bunt.
The shift, right?
Nobody,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody even trying to hit the ball that way.
Yeah.
You did that back in my day, and it would have been a big plus for me.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk some more about that 90 team. So obviously that's one of the most famous Reds teams of all time that you guys won the World Series, wire to wire. So
Nobody ever done that before.
nope. And so who was kind of, I know that a lot of people say Barry was maybe the best player on that team and maybe Eric Davis was maybe one of the more talented guys. Who was kind of the guy in the clubhouse? Maybe it might have been you. Who was the guy in the clubhouse that was leading that ball club?
It was me.
Okay.
It was me. But one thing that I want to make it clear for the record, I think the best thing that happened to us if they had the head coach, Lou Piniella. Because he teach us, it don't matter how good of a player you are, if you don't pull him in the same direction, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's what we learned from Lou Piniella, how to play together every day.
He's one of the best leaders, I think. Now, I never got a chance to watch when he was a manager, but looking back and talking to some people that grew up during those times, they always describe him as one of the best leaders ever in the history of baseball.
Let me give you a little taste, a little sample. I remember one day I was pitching in the 7th inning in July in the AstroTurf in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And Lou never took me out without asking me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
So he walked to me, he said, Rijo, how you doing today? I said, Lou, I'm about 60% right now. He said, oh, good. I said, Lou, I'm 60. He said, Rijo, look at the bullpen. You see that guy warming up over there? He said, 100%. But I prefer you 60. Finish this inning, and I get you out. And I got the base loaded with one out, and I struck him both out because Lou made me feel that confident and made me feel that much better.
So, it's funny you say that because obviously some of the most famous players from that team were the Nasty Boys. What was it like sharing a locker room with those guys? Because I've heard a lot of stuff about, they were big personalities.
No. Say it like you want to say it. They were crazy. They were crazy. All three of them were crazy, believe me. I back you up on that one. They were good crazy because those three guys in particular, they work harder than anybody else in the bullpen. I mean, they worked their butt up to get the name they got and to be as good as they were. And if you have a choice again, I take those three guys before anybody else that I know.
If you could say a couple things, what are the most important keys for a team, especially a young team like this Reds team, that taking that next step to create more consistency and to get where you guys got and to the playoffs and win playoff games and eventually win a World Series? What kind of things does that take?
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going back to Lou Piniella. Your head coach got to be somebody that people respect, somebody that motivates you, in the same direction, and to be aggressive. I remember Lou say, I only got one set of rule, two set of rule, and that's it. That's Lou shows the rule. He said, don't show me up and don't be late. Then do whatever you want to do. And then he let us play. He let us be who we are, who we were.
Right.
And that was, when you think that way, then let it be yourself, you're going to have fun no matter what.
So hopefully this doesn't start any arguments or anything with any. I don't know how many guys from the '90 team that you talked to, but
All of
who?
them.
Okay,
All
so
of them.
all right, so who was your favorite guy? If you're in the dugout, you're not pitching this day. Okay, let's say you're on the bench, you're just watching. Who's the guy that every at bat, you're zoned in on? Every at bat. Who's the guy that comes to mind on that team?
No. I always hang out with Eric Davis and Barry Larkin, but I was always picking on somebody else every day because I just trying to keep the team up, keep it focused. So I was just trying to concentrate and keep the traction, to make the team concentrate and the thing that we're going to do next, not what we did in the past. And that was something that it always worked for us.
Okay, I think Matt Fry's got a question.
Yeah, so I don't know how much of today's game you watch, but as a Reds fan, obviously you love watching like Hunter Green. Is there any like pitchers in today's age that you just like watching on TV and like love about his game?
Hunter Green is unbelievable. He's one of the best arm in the league. I just hope they keep taking him in the right direction, take him the right way. He already got hurt, so sometimes will run. But the Red got a great team. Unfortunately, they only I saw the record yesterday for the first time. They were like 70 and 64, and they got to be better than that. They got to be better because they got so many great potential. And I just hope when they mature together, I hope they stick it for a little bit together, that way we can have another World Series in Cincinnati.
So the next thing I want to ask you, and I really appreciate you for your time. So you started your career in New York, and then went to Oakland. What changed coming from Oakland to Cincinnati? How did you change the course of your career and really become an elite pitcher with the Cincinnati Reds?
Well, I got a little bit of pressure that came up with. First of all, I got traded for Ricky Henderson.
I actually did not know that. I feel like I should have known that, but that's some great information. I did not know that actually.
Let me tell you another one. Then I got traded from Oakland to Cincinnati for Dave Parker.
Okay, the Dave Parker trade. Okay.
I got traded for two great players, so I got the pressure to become good and to make the GM that trade for me, make it look good in the trade.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember Pete Rose asked me that. He said, "Rio, what's wrong with you in Oakland that you can never put it together?" I said, "I hate the manager. I hate La Russa. I feel like I got to throw a no-hitter every time I pitch in order for him to leave me at the major league level." He said, "Oh, good. He said, you won't have the problem here." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because I trade my best player for you, so you got to make me look good in a trade."
That's pretty good. I think that's a great way to put it. So what is it like being at an event like this? And I know I actually met you at Reds Fest this past year. I know you've been there a few times, and you're doing a lot of these signings and different things. Why do you do it? Why come around?
This is my best excuse to come to Cincinnati or Ohio, bro, because I hope no Dominican people listen to this.
Right.
I feel more comfortable in Ohio than I do in Dominican.
Okay.
Because the people here show me so much love, bro.
Yes.
And I feel so comfortable here that this is a great excuse for me to spend time here in Ohio.
Yeah, so you want to come back and you want to meet the Reds fans and the guys that supported you throughout your career.
But not only that, every time I'm here, I listen to a different story about something that we did in the past That's something that's good to happen, and to hear that over and over, it make you going. It make you keep going, and that's what life is. It's all about.
So I think I'm going to ask. You got a question? You want to? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So we see you got a booth over here signing autographs, and it says the Jose Rio Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Thank you, great question. I've been having my foundation for like 35 years. I've been helping Dominican people, or one way or the other, whether they all young, whether you play sport or you go to school. And right now, as we're speaking right now, I'm finishing a house for this couple. They're 85 years old, and they was living in a shitty house. And now they're going to live in a beautiful house and going to die like they rich.
Yeah.
And that's
really
what
nice.
life is all about. It. When you accomplish so much beautiful and good thing in life, you got to share with people that need it. And I encourage other people to share love or whatever they have with other people to try to make it happen, because we're not here forever.
Yeah.
We're just here for a short period of time. So we got to make sure we do good to others.
Nice. All right, so I think I want to finish up this interview, but I want to ask you one more question. I want to ask you, let's look at a young Jose Rio, just coming into the league, right, and trying to kind of get hit. So
I was young and beautiful, both.
young and beautiful,
You
he
don't see
says.
that too often.
So what advice would you give if you could look 20-year-old Jose Rio in the eyes? What kind of advice would you give him?
It's especially, I'm Dominican.
Okay.
I come from a third world country, and it's very hard to leave Dominican. They always say in baseball, it's only two ways to leave the island. It's by throwing or swinging.
Yeah.
And when you first get here, don't know the language, don't know the culture, the food especially. You don't have any friends. That's make it even harder.
Right.
You got to concentrate extra. You got to learn extra. You got to work harder, because you needed it. But the sooner you make friends, you get to know the language. It's so easy. All you got to do is work hard, and you're gonna see yourself getting better if you want it bad enough.
Jose, thank you for your time, my man. We really appreciate it. This is Jose Rio, 1990. Yeah, I think we're going to get a quick little picture here. Perfect. Thank you, Josh.
I want to thank you guys for the opportunity. God bless you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys doing a great job. I hope I'm inspiration. I hope this interview it do something well with it, because you guys deserve it. I know you guys going to go to the next level.
That's right. Thank you so much, Jose. We really appreciate your time. Jose Rio, everybody. All right. Thank you for that, Jose. The 1990 World Series MVP starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Are we good? Jake, are we still good with sound and everything? Josh, can you hear me good out there? All right. So we're gonna
stream and everything.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. I think we're still live. Can you pull up the stream? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I don't know. Lagging a little bit. Okay. All right.
It's a little laggy up here. I don't know if it is on the actual thing.
I think we're loading. All right. So yeah, we're gonna keep going with the show. So obviously a fantastic opportunity to have Jose Rio on the show, as well as Billy Backflips. Kind of talking more about this event, it's just been a really big opportunity for us to kind of put our names out there a little bit, get some more followers, get some more subscribers, but just reach more people in general. And I think Matt Fry and me have kind of talked about this as of ways to kind of get our name out there a little bit, and this has been a great opportunity. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about it or.
No, yeah. This is a good step in the right direction for us as we as we want to do more things like this. We got another event right here lined up on a radio show, and just getting our name out there, get as much followers as we can, much recognition, and stuff like this will come up, and get Jose Rio, maybe get some more Reds players on the podcast and everything, and just fun. Let's see where this takes us.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of keep going. I think we're going to talk now, since we have a little bit of time, we're going to talk a little bit about the Reds tonight, which I don't believe they have started. I don't know. Hey, can we get an update on Rhett Lauder? Somebody want to give me an update on that, see how he's doing? Rhett Lauder's making his major league debut tonight, so a very, exciting thing for this evening, because the Reds have kind of been, in the basement as of the last couple of weeks. So we're going to get an update here. I think Jake's getting that for us. Okay, so a clean first. Any strikeouts? So he gets his first major league strikeout in the first inning. No hits, no runs. So that's obviously a good sign. And they are playing a good Milwaukee Brewers team that, again, beat them today. 5-4. Not an ideal, game for them. I thought they had a shot there in the ninth inning. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the game today.
Yeah, I thought they had it right there in the last couple innings.
So Hines got on base.
Hines got on base, and we had 7, 8, 9 coming up. All we needed to do was flip the order like you talked about, and Hines gets picked off. Diaz comes in the 10th, I believe.
Yeah, and gives up a run.
And gives up a run. That's all, bring in Devin Williams, and that's all she wrote, really. I mean, he's an elite closer, and kind of got scared as soon as he got in there and thought it was over, and of course it was. And hopefully we can bounce back for the Brewers tonight. Seems like a team that we never are able to beat.
Right.
But with our new Rhett Lauder, bringing him up, hopefully just bring some life to this team and get a win for him.
Yeah, so if you end up coming to the event tomorrow, obviously tonight we're about finished up for tonight, but tomorrow it's going to be 12-2. We have got some pretty good stuff. Jake, I'm going to hold this up, and I'm going to see if I can get this in the shot. Just make sure I get it in the shot. Yeah. So I actually made a purchase of, so they got all kinds of Reds gear out here. I don't think our live is working, but we are, there's all kinds of stuff here. They got trading cards, they've got Reds memorabilia. Jose Rijo's got his stand. They're doing a bunch of autographs. I think our live is still good. Yeah, okay, we're good. And we're kind of trying to work through some of the technical stuff. We're streaming this on my phone right now, so hopefully everything's going good. We've got Jake's been fiddling with it all day long, so we're trying to make sure that we've got everything going. Hopefully the audio's good too. This has been a great opportunity, and I know I kind of keep reiterating that, but this is kind of our first chance, Matt. I mean, this is kind of to kind of get ourselves out there a little bit, and it's definitely super exciting. Do we want to do the trivia, or do you want to save that for tomorrow? Or I'm kind of leaving it up to you, honestly.
Yeah, we can find like a Reds fan out there if they want to join us in some trivia or whatever. Maybe a young kid.
Make sure to check our Instagram too, because I think tomorrow we're planning on doing a giveaway. It's probably going to be either baseball cards, or we might do some Reds memorabilia. Make sure you're following us though. Say it again. No, we'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. We're gonna probably do it. I think we're gonna do a giveaway tomorrow. I think that's probably going to happen. Make sure that you are following us. That's all I'm going to tell you about the giveaway right now. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're followed and subscribed, you will be part of the giveaway sweepstakes for tomorrow. So make sure that you do that. And then I think we're getting close to wrapping up this show. It's a little bit shorter than what we've normally done, but I think having the two guests on was really awesome. Yeah, Icky Woods is here. We got a couple Bengals guys here. So it's honestly been awesome. I'm having so much fun. Tomorrow's going to be great. Should have a lot more people tomorrow.
It's kind of like a warm up for tomorrow. There's going to be so many more guests here tomorrow with Tyler Stevenson. There'll be Jamar Chase will be here, Kevin Huber, all kinds of Bengals players, and should be more people here, more vendors, more money getting thrown around. It's great for this place, Wilder Side of Sports or whatever, and maybe go buy a couple packs, give them away. There's a lot more people here, a lot more opportunity tomorrow. Yeah.
Keep going. You're good. Well, so I want to thank Wilder Side of Sports and Reds Daily once again for giving us this amazing opportunity. It's been a ton of fun. We've enjoyed every moment of it. Even just like getting here and setting up was fun. Just meeting some different people. So again, if you're free tomorrow from 12 to 2, come on out, come see us, come to our booth. We will be here. Might be doing a giveaway tomorrow, so make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok, and you are subscribed on YouTube as well. So I think that is going to do it for us today. Thank you for joining the live. Come see us tomorrow, and I think that's going to do it.
Yep. Come out and see us tomorrow. That's a longer show tomorrow, and a lot more people will be here.
Thanks, guys.